Portland, Oregon, on the banks of the beautiful Willamette River. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team. And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Thank you, Kevin. The Blazers have now been in the playoffs 8 straight seasons. Damian Lillard says, me and CJ in our careers, we've always won. Now, our team hasn't won the championship, but we've always won. And I think a big part of that is you know how to impact winning and make it happen. Guys, back to you.
He does. When it's on the line, it is Dame time. Thank you, D.A. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Will Barton is out there with Monte Morris. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And there's Green. And it's Jokic in at the 5 spot. And for Portland, at the guard spots, longtime teammates Lillard and McCollum. Covington is at the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Powell in at the 3 spot. Not every team has the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight.
And it can really add a dimension to your offense, Kevin, especially if you're able to pass out of double teams and hit guys who are open for shots.
Now here's Powell. A 3 from McCollum sinks the triple.
And there's the steadiness to McCollum's game. He's going to contribute from deep almost every game. It's becoming a given.
Here's Morris. Green passes to Morris. Denver passing it around. Here's Gordon. The shot's good on the assist by Morris.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's McCollum. Lillard looking around. Shot clock at 6. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
And it's Jokic missing. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. It's a 3-point game. Clark, so unique to have a 7-footer like Jokic who makes everyone around him better.
He is so much fun to watch, and he does make everybody better because he plays the game simply and effectively. He once said a point makes you happy, but an assist makes you and your teammate happy. How about that? Jokic could probably average double-digit assists anytime he wants to, and I think it might happen before his career is done.
Now here's Lillard following the miss by Jokic. And the dunk by Covington.
You know, this is why you run the offense through Damian Lillard. I mean, sure, he's going to get his, but he's also going to make sure others get theirs, too.
Barton in the corner. Shoots over Powell. And another miss by Denver.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
They double him with Green. Launches it. And that's good. Norman Powell for 3.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss where they're knocking these shots down. Boy, everything's pure.
Passes it to Green. Shoots over Covington. Green, no luck.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Here's McCollum. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Yeah, I agree with you. A big run taking place right now, and it looks to be the beginning of the end.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here. And at 6'7" with a 7'2" wingspan, Robert Covington, Greg, comfortable guarding power forward.
Well, he's accustomed to it. In high school, he was the same height, but only weighed 170 pounds. Even then, his coach said he was weak, but he wasn't soft.
7 on defense. Morris looking over the floor. Trying to get something going, and Jokic lays it up and in.
You know, in the paint, Jokic is dominant because he can hurt you with the pass or with his scoring ability, and he knows how to position and assert himself in the paint area.
Now here's Lillard with the drive. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Jokic with the bucket.
Jokic never lacking in terms of getting his body involved, throwing his body around, using that bulk and power to grab rebound.
Now here's Lillard. Drives to the hoop, and Damian Lillard with the chamber.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Here's Morris. Down by 12. Jokic draws the double. Offensive rebound. Green. Jokic trying to free himself up. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
McCollum with the bounce pass. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. There's the dish to Nurkic over Morris. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. A different look now for Portland. Zeller comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Nance in for Norman Powell. And he sinks the second. Here's Dozier. 1:36 left here in the first quarter. The pass to Campazzo. 4 on the clock. Here's Rivers. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Here's McCollum. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now. That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Pass to Nance. Nurkic against Green. Here's Zeller. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Bull, the pass to Dozier. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Lillard outside. 13 feet away. No good off the back of the rim. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Trailblazers out in front, up by 15. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Well, with the talent around him, Damian Lillard able to play off the ball. He explained how that helps him get open.
Getting the ball later in possessions when the defense isn't so sharp. You know, usually at the beginning of a defensive possession is get over the first screen. You know, the energy is up, they're interested, and usually at about 12 seconds they're a little tired. The interest goes down.
Well, Damian Lillard, Greg, accustomed to making shots with the clock winding down.
They have a phrase for it. Whether the defense is locked in or not, that clock is ticking down to Dame time.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So out there for the Nuggets right now, we've got Green. Always out there with Austin Rivers. And it's Campazzo in at the guard position. And it's been wonderful to watch Rivers develop into a veteran leader.
And he understands his role is evolving, the need to set an example for younger players. That said, he still plays with a huge chip on his shoulder. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Rivers. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 6 to shoot. That shot off the mark. And it's Portland the other way. Pass to Simons. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Got a hand on it.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Here's Dozier. Passes it to Bull. Portland grabs the miss. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. And he banks in the layup. Lillard's got 10 points.
Outstanding handles from the clever guard. Lillard crafty with it in his hand and can create for anybody.
Denver calls timeout. Clark, you had excellent handles for a front court player. How much of a benefit is it for a big man to be comfortable with the dribble, with the ball in his hand?
I think it's so valuable. And now it's a dozen to a dozen big guys can put it on the ground. I mean, it used to be 2 out of a dozen guys you'd see 6, 8 or better that could really handle the ball in my day. But now it's commonplace, and it's a valuable skill. My late dad, emphasized that from the time I started playing organized basketball. Make sure you can go with the ball where you want to against pressure. If you can do that, then you'll always add value to your team as a whole.
Your Blazer dancer.
Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for Lillard. And Morris has got the ball here for the Nuggets. Trailing by 19. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Nikola Jokic is arguably the greatest passing center of all time. I say arguably because Wilt is in the conversation. But Jokic sees the game a frame ahead. Nikola said, I just look where defenders are standing, listen to what they're talking about, and their play calls. For me, it's a normal thing. I just wonder what they're doing, and I do the opposite. Kevin, it's simple, actually. I'm going to do the opposite now and stop talking.
No. You keep talking. We'll keep listening. And, David, thank you very much. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional Mobile One block.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Outside Gordon. The pass to Barton. Now here's Jokic. He's covered by Zeller. The three from Morris. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 4th rebound in this one.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Now here's Barton. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The putback, Jokic on the foul.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Here's Simons. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. His first shot is a miss, 0 for 1 to start the contest. Morris finds Jokic. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Now, here is Morris.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Here's a Nurkic. He's checked in for the Trailblazers.
For your Trailblazers, Nurkic.
Trailblazers leading by 13. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Inside, here's Green, and it's good for 2.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
You know, Clark, there's a patience to Morris's game that gives this team confidence.
Yeah, and I like it too, Kevin. I mean, he makes really excellent reads and never seems to be in a hurry or playing outside of himself. He can orchestrate with the best of them.
And the first time out of the game called here for the Trailblazers. And once you've played for 10 teams in your career, Clark, there should be some type of prize for perseverance.
Yeah, I hear you on that, Kevin, and I don't disagree with you. I mean, Jeff Green has always had tremendous talent. And just because you have great all-around skills doesn't mean you want to be a star or will be a star. Some guys are better suited to being complementary players, and I think that's who Jeff Green is and how he's been most comfortable with the teams that he's played on.
Nurkic finds Covington. Here's Simons, covered by Morris. Clock at 6. And here's Denver. They've got an 8-0 run. Gordon. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Portland leading by 11. Nance outside. To Simons. He dishes it to Powell. Nurkic the best to Simons. Out to Nance. Over Gordon. Here's Nurkic. Great tee that time from Green. On offense, here are the Nuggets. They've got an 8-0 run. Here's Morris to the inside. And Green with the basket on the assist by Morris. Morris has got 4 assists now tonight.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's Simons. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Nuggets trail by 9. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Too big, too skilled. Jokic just methodically breaks you down. He's a very unique player.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Nikola Jokic off the line for 2.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
Boy, it's so much fun watching Jokic do his thing. I mean, he's not uber athletic, but my, is he skilled. He wows you with some of the passes he makes and some of the finishes he completes.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. McCollum comes in for Nance, and Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simons. And Jokic drops them both. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Pass to McCollum. To end the cold streak. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
And so it's Portland ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot, guys. With Mike Malone, as the second half approaches, Coach, what are you looking for?
Execution, pace and purpose with everything that we do, and making sure that when we call a set, we know what we're trying to accomplish and get the ball to where our players can be effective.
We'll see if they can fix that in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Portland did not hesitate to set the pace, displaying the force of a tidal wave and some excellent offensive and defensive possessions. They surged their way to a 14-2 start, and they were rolling in that first quarter, up by 15 at the end of it. In the second quarter, they didn't play quite as well and were outscored, but still were able to head to the locker room up by a solid 9 at the half. Shaq, how'd you think the Trailblazers were playing?
They're running the offense beautifully this one, working for good looks. The confidence looks sky high. It's going to be hard for that defense to disrupt their flow this one.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Denver?
The energy on D stood for disappointing. They were slow to rotate. Communication was bad. No effort. I mean, the intensity on that end of the floor, where it needs to be, was just not there.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. One half to go. The veteran pair of Lillard and McCollum are the guards. Powell and Covington up at the forward. And it's Nurkic in at the center filling out the middle. So that's who Chauncey Billups starts the second half with. Now here's Powell. Over Gordon. The shot by Powell, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And Jokic throws it down hard.
Jokic doing a really good job that time, concentrating and maintaining his balance despite being fouled.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Shooting one.
Shot.
Free throw, good. Jokic. Trailblazers leading by 6. McCollum kicks to Nurkic. Lillard fires away from way outside. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Down low. Here's Morris. And it's rebounded by Covington. Trailblazers shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Powell, no one around him. And a miss there on the triple. The Nuggets trail by 6. Morris inside. Covered by Lillard. Gordon the pass to Jokic. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Passes it to McCollum. Lillard outside. Morris against McCollum.
And slamming that one home. McCollum, 6'3", smaller for an off guard, but you see there, CJ can absolutely fly.
Morris dishes to Gordon. Shoots over Powell, and it's Gordon missing.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
And with Aaron Gordon, we knew about his high-flying acrobatics, but it is still seeking more consistency. Given his talent, he must continue to get better.
Here's Gordon after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Shoots over Nurkic. Jokic draws the double. Here's Gordon. Another shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Norman Powell.
Really a fantastic job by Gordon to bury himself down there, giving the defense really no other choice than to foul him.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Greg, there's no question Gordon has game, especially remembering some of those dunk contests he was in.
An impressive athlete, no doubt. And his outside shot has improved. Now he's got to concentrate on scoring more for his team.
Cody Zeller's checked in for the Trailblazers. And a switcher also for Denver. Bol, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic.
The former Arizona Wildcat, Gordon is a high-motive player. He gives great effort out there all the time.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Here's Morris after the Trailblazers pick up 2. And Morris throws it down.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Lillard with the bucket.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Here's Bol. Converts on the jumper for the easy 2. Bol's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Yeah, inside, Bol does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
There's the pass to Covington. McCollum outside. Here's Lillard, and it's blocked by Gordon.
Good defensive instincts there displayed by Gordon. Reading the shooter all the way and timing the rejection perfectly.
That one goes in.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Lillard against Morris. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. On deep. Again the miss by Lillard.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Offensive rebound. Here's Barton. Makes it off the glass. Barton's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, you know what? I think Barton does a nice job hitting the boards. Would love more of that kind of intensity from him.
McCollum finds Lillard. Lillard again missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
And here's Barton. Gordon with it. And Zeller picks him up defensively. Denver gets it back. Bull. He's off on that one. Trailblazers leading by 5. It's Powell on the wing. Back to McCollum. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Pass to Zeller. Over Morris. Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. And the Trailblazers lead by 7. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. McCollum against Barton. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, Barton is a sinewy, mobile guard. I mean, he's tough to defend without fouling because of how slick and slippery he is.
The Nuggets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
You know, one of the things that's fun to watch, guys, is the evolution of a player. And Barton has really evolved into a solid player. Even though he was a second-round pick, he's come a long way.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Norkic checked in for Robert Covington. Nance comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Trailblazers leading by 6. Here's McCollum. 11 points in the game. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first.
McCollum's carved out an impressive NBA career for himself, and I think he's still ascending. He was the 10th pick in the 2013 NBA draft. He's still got plenty of upside.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And last season, he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
The throw good, McCollum. And the Nuggets making a change here. And so McCollum nails both of them. There's 10 seconds left to play in the third. To the inside. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Jokic.
Important point there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And so it's Portland with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Green is out there with Jokic, and it's Rivers, and it's Dozier in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Simons, back to Nurkic. Shot clock at 5. Unloads. Here's Zeller, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
You know, for a big, Zeller has good mobility and pretty good body control, too, doing a nice job adjusting to the contact to draw the foul.
At the line for your Trailblazers, Cody Zeller. At the line for one.
That one misses for Zeller.
You know, Zeller was a high draft pick. This guy was the 4th overall pick in his draft, but he's more of a blue-collar guy. Great work ethic and is eager to learn, always in learning mode.
Dozier passes to Green. That one misses, and it's Portland the other way. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Here's Simons. Zeller trying to free himself up. Can't connect from short range.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Trailblazers leading by 8. Pass to Nance. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And looking at Nance, not a big-time scorer in the half-court set. So the best way to get him involved offensively is to get him out in space.
Rivers with it. A floater, and he sinks the layup.
Austin Rivers.
Rivers has got his first points in this one.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 6th rebound on the night, driving to the basket. They get the rebound, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Hey, even by NBA standards, Jokic is a mountain of a man. 6'11", they list him at 284. That's almost a 1/7 of a ton, folks. The Joker can handle whatever contact he embraces.
And the basket by McCollum.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Jokic. To the middle, here's Zeller. Green with the block. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. Takes it inside. Here's Jokic. He shoots again, and the layup is up and in. Jokic has got 11 points here in just the second half. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Fans, the loudest section gets free T-shirts. Let's see who's the loudest.
Checked in for Zeller, and Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simons. Gordon's checked in for the Nuggets. Morris comes in for Campazzo. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I had a chance to find out what the Trailblazers coach was going over with his guys. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Okay, David, thanks.
Fantastic execution in a tight spot. Gordon capitalizing in the big moment for his team.
Lillard, the pass to Pop. Lillard against Morris. Now, here's Lillard, guarded closely. Good defense by Jokic. Morris outside. Back to Jokic. And Jokic slings it in.
Easy to understand why they turn to Jokic in these situations. He has a knack for cashing in on big possession.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. Take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Monte Morris.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Robert Covington's checked in for Larry Nance. Green, he's checked in for Denver. Will Barton comes in for Austin Rivers. Covington dishes to Lillard. Elbow shot is on the way. Good as the jump shot falls. 14 points for Lillard.
Proof positive that Lillard is working. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Feeds it to Green. Back to Morris. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Three-pointer Lillard, and the Trailblazers another three.
Yeah, and such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot, and when he's rolling like this, watch out.
To the paint, here's Jokic. Great D that time from Nurkic. And here's Lillard, who brings it up for the Trailblazers. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And Aaron Gordon was the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile one block.
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch, and that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Portland?
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside. Smoothly taking technical to tack another point onto their lead there.
On defense, the Nuggets. It's a 5-point game. Now, here is Morris. To the wing right side. The kick out to Barton. Fires the three. He can't get that one to fall.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that.
And Lillard gets it to go.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. There's 48 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Barton finds Jokic, and so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Here's Barton over McCollum. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Barton. They double team McCollum. The Blazers on offense. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Shoots. And there's Lillard on the assist by McCollum. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yep, I agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
And so it's Portland winning this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Dane, how much do you challenge yourself to provide that scoring to get this team over the hump?
I mean, coming into the game, I know I'm going to get a lot of attention. Team's trying to stop me, so I let it come to me. And, you know, nobody has ever won a game in the first half. It gets done in the second half, so that's when I come on and try to get it done.
That is when the stars shine the brightest, and you were shining out there tonight, man. Congrats. Back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.